If you're looking for the best way to turn something you love doing into something you hate and probably even resent, it's going to be to turn it into a business. Now, there are people who can do it successfully. And thankfully for us, 22 years ago, we turned our passion for physical therapy into our business, and we've lived off that business ever since. But it took a really long adjustment for us to realize that just being great physical therapists doesn't make us great business owners. It definitely doesn't make us a great entrepreneur. And so if you want to make that transition, I totally encourage it, but I warn you that it does require a major mindset shift. When I went from treating patients in the clinic to owning a physical therapy business, I no longer had the time to treat patients because now I was in charge of everything. I wore every hat in the organization when I first started. I was hiring therapists, firing therapists. I was building administrative systems. I was learning how to do medical billing. I was hiring and outsourcing accountants and other professional services. I was marketing. I was building systems that allowed the business to operate eventually without depending on me for being on-site management. But the idea is none of that involved me being able to treat patients the way I believe patients should be treated. And so it took about 10 to 15 years before my wife and I were both physical therapists could actually step back into a true patient care role. And now, 22 years into private practice ownership, I would never go back and do it differently. I'm so glad that I did it. But if I was, starting over again, I would do it with very different expectations, and I might not choose to open a private practice if my real passion was in patient care. I would find an existing business that had the platform and the resources to allow me to do what I do best, and I would allow the business owner to do business owner things.